The city of Lagos is secure, sustainable, functional, and of course safe. A diversified economy with a huge population of skilled labor with an all-inclusive approach. This is the Power Choice City of Interest on the City of Lagos TV show. Let's take you on a tour of Lagos. You're welcome. The vibrancy of the city of Lagos makes Lagos a newsmaker. So let's keep you updated on news in and around the city of Lagos on Lagos Update. We'll be right back. On Lagos Update, the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials Council unveiled the much-awaited 25th National Women Conference scheduled for October this year at a press conference recently in Lagos with executives and other key members of the press in attendance. The First Lady and Chairman of Council, Dr. Mrs. Kodiana Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, spoke on the significance of the event, the rationale behind the choice of theme, and expected activities lined up for the event.
This year, as we mark our Silver Jubilee, our theme, 25 years of visionary legacy, inspiring the next generation, captures the spirit of reflection, renewal, and responsibility. Now, let me just throw some light here. Again, Council was founded by Dame Obafumilayo Johnson, and then it went a little bit comatose. It was rebirthed again when Her Excellency Distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu, the wife of the President of Nigeria, rebirthed it when they came in 1999 and deemed it fit to have the first National Women's Conference in the year 2000. And today, that National Women's Conference has been on since then for 25 years. We are privileged to be the ones that will be celebrating this 25 years. Besides this, the theme equally challenges us to look back with gratitude to God, celebrate the legacies we have built, and look forward with hope as we pass the torch to the next generation of women, leaders, builders, and change makers. I am therefore pleased to announce that this year's 2025 National Women's Conference will hold on Monday 28th to Wednesday 30th October 2025 at the Convention Center, Eco Hotels and Suites, Victoria Island, Lagos. For this annual National Women's Conference, we're expecting over 3,000 physical participants and about 2,000 virtual attendees from within and outside Lagos State. These participants are women from diverse backgrounds, including professionals, policymakers, entrepreneurs, civil society advocates, homemakers, united by one vision to build a stronger, more inclusive society. For this year's edition of the conference, we have extended invitation to His Excellency Senator Hope Uzodinma, the Governor of Imo State, to grace the opening ceremony. As a special guest of honor, while His Excellency Ahmed Aliyu Sokoto, the Governor of Sokoto State, will equally honor us as a special guest of honor at the closing ceremony on the last day of the conference. The presence of these excellencies and other top important personalities is not only symbolic of national unity, but also underscores the growing recognition of Council as a catalyst for women's development across the Federation. Gentlemen of the press, as part of the build-up to this year's conference, we have rolled out a series of pre-conference activities that reflects the compassionate spirit of Council and our belief in giving back to society. To mark the 25th anniversary, there are over 471 members of Council. We divided ourselves into 5 eras, and so we decided to use the nomenclature of Mobolaji Johnson subgroup era, the Tinubu subgroup era, the Fashola subgroup era, and the Ambode subgroup era, as well as the Sanwo-Olu subgroup era. Each era had projects that they were supposed to execute. And some of these projects cut across medical outreaches that were done in the community. We decided that we just didn't want to celebrate our 25th anniversary in a co-hotel with just pomp and pageantry, but actually go into the community and let the community be aware of what the wives of the Lagos state officials are capable of doing.
And that's a wrap on our Lagos Update platform on the City of Lagos TV show on TV Nigeria. Up next is from the Governor's Office platform on the City of Lagos TV show on TV Nigeria. We'll be right back. The Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu-led administration has sustained entrenching a visionary legacy to build a Lagos that is safe, progressive, prosperous, and resilient through diverse policy initiatives to stimulate economic growth. This is evident in Mr. Governor's recent official engagements. So let's fill you in on this special news catalog from the Governor's Office on the City of Lagos TV show on TV Nigeria. Thanks for joining us. First, from the Governor's Office, the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, recently commissioned the Phase 1 of a 420 modern home units in Ajara, Badagry, as well as the groundbreaking ceremony of the Phase 2 of the project. Mr. Governor will describe the project as a major milestone, noted that quality housing for a sustained development is of paramount concern and a major goal of his administration.
So it's been a big honor for us today in the historic city and town of Badagry, celebrating the launch of this stunning housing estate and the essential infrastructure that comes with them. This event marks, and very aptly, the 24th housing estate, humbly, that this administration has been able to put to commission in 24. So particularly this project has created almost 2,000 jobs, both directly and indirectly. Even more jobs will be coming as the Phase 2 will be a lot more vertical, will be on 8 floors with lifts. And so we want to achieve twice the number of units that we have here. We want to achieve it in Phase 2, about 800 plus, 1, 2, 3 bed, so that we can go more vertical, and we have the infrastructure there. The roads have been done, so we believe that it will be done quicker, faster, and better. So we are coming to also see that the contractor moving onto Phase 2 of this project. And we're happy that the Phase 1, which consists of 420 units, have now been fully completed and are ready for our residents. We see that we're dedicating our planning process, quality housing estate, sustainable development, all across the nooks and crannies of the state. We're happy that our citizens are believing and are seeing that they are not just rhetoric. These are not just promises or endless promises. These are reality that is happening in our time.
Earlier in his speech, the Honorable Commissioner for Housing, Honorable Moruf Akinderu Fatai, admonished the support and the determination of the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu-led government to deliver on its Things Plus agenda with respect to quality housing infrastructure for Lagosians.
This moment is both a celebration of progress and a promise for the future, a beacon of hope for families and a symbol of unwavering commitment to improving lives. The project commenced in the year 2013 by the New Town Development Authority (NTDA) and was later transferred to the Ministry of Housing for completion in the year 2017. The present administration, under your leadership, directed that the project should be resuscitated and the ministry must ensure its completion. We are happy to carry out your vision of not leaving this project the way you met it, sir. The Lagos State Housing Estate, Ajara, with its 420 modern home units, is a great testament to your vision and the expected deliverables of this administration in realization of the goals set out under the Team Sports agenda. The goals as executed in the pillar of making Lagos a 21st century economy vis-a-vis the overriding strategic resolve to improve physical infrastructure, housing and security, which are all evident in the brand new estate. The Ajara housing scheme comprises of phase 1 and 2 and is situated on a land area of 18.9 hectares. The Lagos State government did not just construct these buildings. We are about incubating new communities. We have boosted the local economy with direct and indirect jobs. We have deepening social economic growth in Ajara, Badagry, and environs and beyond. On behalf of the entire management of the Ministry of Housing, we thank Mr. Governor, the Deputy Governor, the Chairman and members of the Lagos State House of Assembly Committee on Housing, and all members of the State Executive Council for the executive and legislative approvals, support, as well as these opportunities to deliver another housing project here in Ajara, Badagry.
The recently held Lagos State Occupational Safety and Health Conference, with Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu in attendance, brought under one roof key stakeholders committed to building a safer, healthier, and more resilient Lagos. For Mr. Governor, it is an affirmation of the government and stakeholders' resolve to build a safer, healthier, and more prosperous Lagos.
And so we see this gathering not only as a platform for reflection or knowledge sharing, but also is a reaffirmation of our collective resolve to build a safer, healthier, and more prosperous Lagos. And that speaks to the essence of what oaths we have also taken. You want to protect life, you want to protect property, you want to protect citizens. You can only do it if you put them in safer, healthier, and a more forward-looking, prosperous environment. And I stand here very humbled because about 15 years ago, I was the Honorable Commissioner for Establishment, Training and Pension during Governor Raji Fashola. And we said at that time that we wanted to set up the first in the country, a safety commission. And because I was the Commissioner for Establishment Training, I had the unique opportunity to have set up this commission then. And because we did not even have anybody that has the requisite skills, we needed to engage people from abroad. So the first Director General then was a Mrs. Oyedepo, who came all the way from the UK to help us set up, the Lagos State Safety Corps. And I'm right, Abi? Mrs. Oyedepo, she was the first. I recruited her to encourage her to come home, to come and help us lay the foundation of that safety commission. And so it's intriguing and it's just history that I can stand here as your governor reflecting on that very simple assignment that was given, to do then. And what does this tell you? You can be given assignment as a subordinate because I had a governor there, but when you take that assignment seriously and you do it and you set up policies and programs that will outlive you, you never know when it's going to come, to help you. And so today I'm glad and I'm happy that that policy that we set up has grown, has germinated to be, an agency that is working and is working well. And so they've discussed the theme of today's conference, and I want to thank Dr. Lucy for a well-delivered speech, and he also had not only just give big English, he had also showed the commitment by coming out to sign an MOU with our agency to say that we will work with you, we will handle you, to ensure that we're not just saying it, we want to action it, safety first in everything that we're doing. And thank you, because we use this as a springboard to encourage others. And so you can see that what we're building is not just a policy that is far off or an integration that is not, people-centric. It is a conversation that we will live here truly blessed and understanding what everybody's role and responsibility must be. I remember too well, during COVID, COVID-19 pandemic. It was such a difficult time for us. And Larry was just been recently appointed then. And I said to him that, this is the only time where we truly, really can protect life and property. We truly, really can help our people to live in a safe and secure environment. And I'm happy that with the Safety Commission, all of you working together, we were able to reverse what we thought was going to be a catastrophic experience for us into something that was very, very manageable, because Lagos was the centerpiece during the COVID-19. And we were able to do new initiatives like the gradual way of reopening the economy, ensuring that you can register to open, ensuring that we can come and work with you to either shut down or now further reopen your businesses. And we set up several guards and procedures. This has helped us to further institutionalize the Safety Commission. And you've seen it, like it said, that the Lagos Safety Register.com, which he also mentioned, has recorded and has registered almost 20,000 businesses in one form or the other, where from the comfort of the office, they can actually remotely see, assess what you're doing, and they can give you, a clean bill or otherwise. They've been able to register hotels, lounge, restaurants, bars, social establishment. We believe that this enduring initiative has not only strengthened the compliance, but have also made a lot of people accountable.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu joined eminent personalities and advocates of climate change to sign the Climate Sustainability Board recently in Lagos. Before signing the board, Mr. Governor pledged his government's commitment to support and to initiate policies and programs to make Lagos a sustainable city with an adaptive and a resilient future.
All of these things that we're doing around climate change, circular economy, it's all around protecting the future, and you are part of that future. And it behoves that you can see it, way ahead, and what you're doing is you're challenging us that are in position of authority today to do it responsibly, so that we can protect, the future that you want, to see. And at the minimum, we should be, supporting these ideas and giving those commitments that we will initiate policies, programs that will continue to make Lagos a sustainable city, that is very adaptive, resilient, and understands all of our commitments, to safeguard that future that we're hoping to. And that's why we have officers and very senior government officials that are working the talk and ensuring that we can continue to do that. And it would be nice for us to continue to measure, on this commitment and see how far we keep to our words, we keep to, ensuring that we can continue to earn, the trust and the belief that we all both share.
And still from the governor's office, the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, at the recently held 65th Independence Day Parade on the 1st of October in Lagos, made a clarion call to all Lagosians to sustain the synergy of working as a team to achieve and attain greater lofty goals. Mr. Governor, who noted the significance of his government's Things Plus agenda, promised on behalf of his government a better and greater Lagos moving forward.
By congratulating every Lagosian on this occasion of our country's 65th independence anniversary, I'm proud of how much we have grown as a people and as a state. This occasion therefore calls for a sober reflection on the challenges we have and we are overcoming, as well as the victories. The theme of this year's anniversary, Nigeria at 65, all hands on deck for a greater nation. This speaks to the fact that as a nation, we have come to the realization that only if we genuinely work together can we make the breakthrough we have been yearning for. As Henry Ford said, if everyone is moving forward together, then the success takes care of itself. This means that the government and the people must found and have faith in each other, so that the efforts of one is supported wholeheartedly by the other, and of course, vice versa. And therefore, as a government, we are acutely tuned to the needs and the welfare of our citizens, and we're working ceaselessly to meet their aspiration, because we know that for a fact that our dear states can and will achieve lofty goals only if we all work together as government, as people, in complete synergy. Since the inception of this current administration, we brought in our development agenda under the team's agenda, which in our view is a collaborative effort with you. We believe we are able to implement while working out areas that needed improvement. And when we given the mandate to return for a second term about 2 years ago, realized we have to expand and enhance the team's agenda to a Teams Plus agenda, which meant our doubling our pace and the magnitude of our progress from the original 6 pillars, and to intensify our focus to include social inclusion, to have a gender balance, and enhance youth encouragement and empowerment. And therefore, the essence is for us to achieve twice the impact with more comprehensive development.
It was indeed a spectacular outing at the recently held first ever E1 Lagos GP water race in Lagos and Africa, with the number one citizen of Lagos State, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, in attendance. For Mr. Governor, the event, which attracted distinguished personalities across the world, was characterized with thrilling, entertaining moments, which for him was a strategic platform to drive global connectivity, as well as open up commerce, trade, and businesses for the city of Lagos and Nigeria.
It's really to use sports as a global connectivity. A global sport like the E1 GP series opens up our country, be able to tell a better story of who we are globally. And because it's an international sports competition that is the first time it's coming to Africa, it helps both our international market, our international audience to see that indeed Nigeria is ready, for commerce, for trade, for businesses. And I cannot thank Mr. President enough, because our number one greatest fan. You can see we have an activation right by his own property as well, and he's here to also support us. So what it means is that it's not just for us to look at it as a race, right, but to use this as a platform where we'll be able to show our tourism, show our innovation, our creativity, and show the people that we are ready also to compete globally, right? While we're doing it in a sustainable manner. We're doing it in a way when we're also selling the economy, the blue economy on water, right? And we're using all of those various platforms, to engage the world, right? To ensure that we're truly, really ready and we're open for business, we're open for commerce, we're open for trade.
In a related development, still with regards to the E1 GT water race, the Lagos State Governor was at the Africa Blue Economy Summit, which saw various speakers attesting to the great economic potentials of the waterways and coastlines in Lagos, Nigeria, and Africa. In his speech, Mr. Governor noted the strategic value, importance, and relevance of the blue economy. He equally advocated the need for deep, mutually benefiting partnership and collaboration with the critical stakeholders in the blue economic space to achieve the set objectives.
We're here not just because of a race. We're here to actually lay the foundation of bigger, greater things that will happen. And like you have said your story last night about the best fish market or fish restaurant you've been to, this where we're standing is also a clear testimony of the sheer resilience of Lagos. 15, 20 years ago, we're standing right in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. It was a city that never existed. It was a place that we couldn't have imagined, right? Right from the main road there, that was it, right? But just with the sheer doggedness and the vision and the power to dream and to think and to understand that water is important to us, to our life, and to everything that we're doing. We're able to converse with the water and allowed that it shifts a little bit backwards for us, and we now have a great city, which we call the Eco-Atlantic City. It's just a simple example of the power of the blue economy that Lagos truly believes in. And there are several areas and ways in which we also can transform that, from city that is rising from the Atlantic to the number of initiatives, startups that are coming out around, the blue economy. So here today at the first Africa Blue Economy, we feel truly proud. For the first time in our government, we also even have senior government agencies that believe and sees the importance of that blue economy. At a sub-national level, we're not taking, the issues around climate adaptation, we're not taking it easy. We're all completely committed, to ensuring that we can build, an ecosystem that will outlive all of us, but that we will also be able to preserve the sanctity of water that surrounds us. It's Fela Anikulapo that says that water has no enemy, omiolota, meaning, and it's very profound. If you listen to that lyrics, it's really, really very, very strong. And so that's why for me and for all of us here, we feel truly privileged and proud to be walking this path with you as partners, as leaders, as future creators. And so if E1 is that enabling environment where we all can, speak together and listen to all of the great professors, the people that have taken their own intellect to learn this, and we're using this platform, as a strong board to support them, to encourage them, then we're on that track. We're on that journey to ensure that, both ourselves and yourselves are indeed giving back to the world, the future that we all believe in.
It's still from the governor's platform on the City of Lagos TV show. And still on the segment, we now bring you series of recent council visits to Mr. Governor. We'll be right back. The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Olakunle Oluseye Nafiu, and his team recently paid a courtesy visit to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu in Lagos, not only to thank him for his tremendous support to the scheme so far in Lagos, but also appealed to the governor to fast-track his development of the new NYSC campsite in Ikorodu.
Lagos State is #1 destination for corps members in the country. As of today, Lagos State has over 44,000 corps members serving in Lagos. The purpose of my visit this morning is just to further cement the already cordial relationship that exists between the Lagos State government and the National Youth Service Corps, and to pledge our continuous support in deploying corps members to the state to continue to support in building the socio-economic development seeing to the socio-economic development of the state. As of date, Your Excellencies, may interest you, the NYSC has 333 corporate doctors serving in Lagos State. We deployed about 7,148 teachers teaching in the public schools and 274 nurses. That exclude pharmacists, lawyers, and others. So we have about 35,000 serving in other public and private sectors within the state, making Lagos State the highest in terms of corps postings in the country. I want to thank you for the support we are receiving in the area of the orientation camp at Yanakwaja. I was reliably informed that the roof the challenge we have with the roof has been arrested, and the water issue too has been addressed. However, we still seek your support so that the phase 2 of the renovation work can continue in that place, and the place will be more habitable, pending when your dream of giving us a permanent and more befitting orientation camp, 10,000 capacity orientation camp at Ikorodu will materialize. 10,000 seems huge, But Lagos being what it is, I was asking the state coordinator, I said, I hope there is provision for expansion because today Lagos has displaced core members serving, doing orientation in, yes, in all the southwestern states, and sometimes we even extend into the north central to Kwara, just because we don't have a capacity to hold them here. So with the project at Ikorodu coming to completion, we know, and His Excellency has the magic wand of completing project because we saw it materialize on the blue and the red rail line, and we know that this one will not be an exception.
On his part, Mr. Governor assured the DG of his government's determination to address areas of concern presented by the DG.
Our appointments into positions that reflect youth engagement, we want them to look youthful as well. We want them to be able to have that connection and connectivity with the demography of the people that we're trying to serve. Even our Honorable Commissioner is also one of our young people to reflect that youth demography. So we're being very deliberate and intentional. But listening to the statistics that have also been rolled out for us, and I think it's very gratifying that large number of core members in the state are in Lagos. So there's no doubt Lagos is the center of excellence and also the commercial nerve center of our country. But we are thankful that both yourselves and ourselves have been able to move and improve on that number over the years. And I want to assure you again that we will continue to provide the enabling environment for core members to feel wanted, to feel loved, to feel appreciated during their time in Lagos. As a government, we need to be responsible, be responsive, and support a critical national scheme like the NYC.
The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, received in audience the President and members of the Ansarudeen Society of Nigeria, who recently paid him a courtesy visit to present a number of requests that borders on deeper collaboration, partnership, and strategic integration of the members into the business of governance in Lagos State. In his response, the governor assured the religious group of his government's commitment to address their requests and to ensure further deeper collaboration and partnership in relevant key areas to drive growth and development for a greater Lagos.
Your Excellency, we are bold to say that Ansarudeen's activities align with your vision of a greater Lagos, one that is inclusive, vibrant, prosperous, and of course peaceful. But despite our achievements, we face challenges such as the politicization of religion, funding constraints, underrepresentation, and regulatory bottlenecks, to say a few, that limit the scale of our interventions. Nevertheless, our resolve to serve Allah through service to humanity remains unwavering. In order to enhance the impact of our society to complement government in governance and development, we respectfully, Mr. Governor, suggest the following. 1. Strengthen partnership between the Lagos State government and our society in education, healthcare, and welfare delivery. 2. Promotion of interfaith collaboration to foster peace and social harmony. 3. Capacity building for religious leaders in governance, social accountability, and of course, project management to ensure we continue to be transparent and sustainable. Your Excellency, these collaborations under Your Excellency's visionary leadership will deepen citizens' trust and expand the reach of developmental initiatives across the state. Your Excellency, Ansarudeen Society remains a dependable partner in advancing social progress, moral renewal, and economic empowerment.
I haven't listened, to the speech and to the request. I think first is to commend the society. I will be one of the first person to acknowledge the intervention over the years, directly and indirectly, of Ansarudeen Society. I can tell you that this has been a society that has indeed changed lives, has been of very positive impact in the society, especially in the educational sector. If you are a student of any of the Ansarudeen schools, you are destined to be a great and a successful person, because the morals and the training at that time were next to none. So there's no need for us to even begin to equate or evaluate how the various contributions that the members have had to, because I was reminded then that it was all members that were contributing at that time, how it started, that led to the development of those institutions and those schools. So we want to commend and thank everyone, and I'm sure that we still have a lot to do. And I also want to thank you in other areas of intervention in health, in ensuring that we can collaborate, and security, we can engage, on various interventions with our special advisor, various government advocacy, yes, and public enlightenment, issues where government needs to be informed, our citizens need to be informed. Our chief missioner always has been, a willing partner in all of our government, activities and events. Our father is always, there, admonishes us sometimes, encourages us sometimes, criticizes us sometimes, and pray with us sometimes, just so that the society gets better and better and better. He speaks truth to power. He says it as it is, and without fear, favor. I want to assure our president that during your time, we will work with you more. We will ensure that we can develop things that will make your time also rewarding.
As part of activities that transpired at the recent E1 Lagos GP water race, the American music legend Wyclef Jean and some continental beauty queens paid a courtesy visit to Governor Sanwo-Olu with selected key cabinet members in attendance. Wyclef Jean, representative of the beauty queens and one of the beauty queens, expressed their excitement about the historic event.
I'm here as a culture ambassador of the world and a global citizen. And I believe that culture is the leading factor of moving the world forward through the youth. So what E1 is doing here, I couldn't miss this, Mr. Governor, because this is history in the making. Coming up, the stigma growing up in America by way of Haiti that was constantly put on Africa. The stigma where we would be in the ghetto and the TV would come on and it would be like we would see starving kids. And then they'd be like, donate money here, donate money there. The stigma before I even came to Africa of the image of what Africa would be. So to be here in Lagos, an event which is historical, which will be the first of its kind in the universe, I think what it's going to do is it's going to move the generation forward. Again, here's another face of Africa. We know what the music's doing. We know what the technology is doing. We know what the finance is doing. We know what Nigeria is doing on the global stage. And now here we are at the E1. So I couldn't miss it, so I'm here to celebrate with y'all. And again, thank you, Mr. Governor.
You are a great believer of the youth, and you have been promoting the youth a lot, especially here in Lagos. And it's a great honor to have our beauty queens, who most of them are less than 30, and promoting a cause of the environmental advocacy, and it's amazing to be part of it. I am your Miss Earth 2024, and it is such an incredible honor to be here with you all today. Now, the E1 isn't the only thing that's here in Lagos for the first time. This is also my first time, and my beautiful friend Baya's first time as well. And we have been met with such warm welcomes from not only the beauty community, but everyone we've met along the way. And we could not be more excited for what this day brings. Now, sustainability is something that is very dear to my heart, and that has been my entire life. And understanding that, as you mentioned, the E1 is not just bringing culture forward, not just bringing community forward, but bringing sustainability forward in Africa and therefore all over the world, with witnesses coming globally to enhance this spectatorship, to hopefully bring together a community of people who don't only want to continue Africa's culture and climate to a further sustainability level, but to continue that sustainability globally. It is such an incredible honor.
In his response, Mr. Governor noted that Lagos, Nigeria, and Africa is a global phenomenon and an epicenter where innovative creativity propagates and advocates positive change. He, however, assured them that the E1 race is not just birthing a race, but it will be sustained.
Africa is the only continent that has not been fully discovered yet. And the amount of human, material, resources that is available, it's unimaginable. So for us, E1 is not just birthing a race. We're birthing an history. We're birthing a future. But we're using race, we're using entertainment as just a moving needle, right? Like Ms. Hart said, it has to be done in a sustainable way. And so we see the blue economy, we see the level of innovation and creativity that all of this will build for us. We will ensure that sustainability is critical. We'll ensure that we can keep motherhood. We'll ensure that we're building, and we're building sensibly and reasonably, and we're ensuring that the tomorrow can still be better than today. So you can see that you're in the right place, and welcome. Welcome to Lagos. And we're happy, we're excited that you all could take, my brother could take, whatever negativity it's out there. I'm sure there are more skyscrapers than some cities in the US, and you will see them. I mean, so, happy, we're excited that you are here. So as we go back, take back something, take that history, be a convert, be that lead champion, be that advocate for positive change to say, I've been there, I'm going to go back there, and these are the things that I've seen. I'm connected with a set of people that are indeed changing the world. We're grateful to what you've done in your time, with list of encouragement, with list of opportunity. But you guys were strong, just with sheer determination and resilience. We're able to, to overcome, all of those, negativity, and we're here today. The future is certainly bright for all of us. We will get it, we'll do it, and we'll make it even bigger and better, than what we've made it. So once again, I want to welcome you to Lagos.
And finally, from the governor's office, the recent courtesy visit to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu by the former and first female president of Kosovo, Afifete Jajaga, brought to the fore the need to drive and sustain collaboration and partnership between Kosovo and Lagos in the areas of agriculture, technology, and youth development. They both expressed their willingness to solidify the gains of partnership that will be of mutual benefit.
And privilege to be in your state, to be in your country. We had a wonderful tete-a-tete meeting with His Excellency, where we shared some of the common interests and some of the common concerns. And I did share with His Excellency that in the world that we are living today is not how big you are or how small you are. At the end of the day, we are facing with the same challenges and with the same obstacles. And the only way to serve to our countries, to serve to our nations and to our people is to be able to cooperate and to collaborate in the best of our knowledge. And Your Excellency, thank you for receiving me today. I have been in this past 2 years for a couple of times here in Nigeria, but it's my very first time in Lagos, and I'm really impressed with the level of the development that no matter that it is just little over a day that I'm here, but I am really impressed to see the progress that has been done, and that is exactly and because of your leadership and the leadership of your team, that it is to be applauded and to be congratulated. I know that not only my country, Your Excellency, but many countries around the world can learn a lot from your experience and would like to acknowledge the economic importance of Lagos and your state dynamism. So I really thank you for your very warm welcome, and I use this opportunity to extend the invitation of the mayor of the capital city of Pristina, whenever your agenda permits, to visit Kosovo, to visit capital city of Pristina, and hopefully with that visit to start the new chapter of cooperation and collaboration among our states and among our people and among our cities. Not only from the agriculture, starting from the agriculture and all the way down to the technology and investment on the youth, we have so much, Your Excellency, that we can share and we can collaborate.
It's not like this, it's not how long, it's how well. You have been at the topmost political position in your country at a very young age, but you're doing a whole lot of other great things and serving your country in different other manners, and I think we want to commend you for that. You'll be very active with female, with the young population, and we see that you have donated your time and your intellect, to do this. There is no greater work on mankind than that, and I imagine that the audience you'll also be speaking to tomorrow, will draw a lot of inspiration from your wealth of experience, and you'll see them, they're extremely, extremely very intelligent, very forward-looking, and because one of the things that we pride Nigerians for is truly, really to be able to help shape, the future of work globally. We want Nigeria to be in the next 20 years where people can see resources at the highest level, being available, and Lagos is in the center of all of that. And so let us be able to, activate the huge population that we have, to help the world. By 2050, we'll probably be the third largest population in the world after China and India. And so whilst they are pushing, we can't slow down, and so, we keep saying that Africa is only, continent that truly, really has been undiscovered yet. So, and if you're talking in that space, Lagos, Nigeria plays a critical role. So I want to say that you've chosen a right partner, you've chosen a right destination. It's actually the world of the future that we see around here. And it's important that we put that, context, in place. But just assure you that whatever we also can do to ensure that we build, a mutually, beneficial relationship,
That's the special news catalog from the Governor's Office for this broadcast on TV Nigeria. Thanks for watching. In the city of Lagos, you can activate your dream and realize your full potentials. So think Lagos and support this great city to serve you better. Thanks for watching.